From the Standing Stone Farm Studio right outside downtown Nashville, it's time for the most ridiculous sports podcast in the world. So sit back, relax, and listen as Bobby Butler and Brandon Bond crack open a cold one and talk all things hockey, pop culture, and complain about everyday situations. It's the Pucks Out Podcast on the Penalty Box Radio Network.
Welcome into the most ridiculous podcast in sports and pop culture. I'm Bobby. He's Brandon.
Heyo.
You can find us in the three majors of social media at Pucks Out Pod. Now let's crack open this cold Mayday beer and let's get after it. As always, Pucks Out is powered by Mayday Brewery, the official beer Pucks Out podcast. We are less than a week away from us hosting bingo over at Mayday Brewery. Come on out. You can win some tickets to something. You will make some new friends. You can win some free beer. So many more prizes. Bring your appetite. There's going to be some food there. Bring, your thirst for some beer and your need.
That's the big one. That's the key.
Yeah.
You leave, and you got to bring your wallet too if you got the thirst.
Yeah.
Those are two things. Don't leave without. You don't need, you don't need technology. Just come in, with the season of Christmas and drinking beer, and New Year's is upon us when we're there. So, come and Bobby promises you'll make friends. So
always, I guarantee you'll love the friends you meet. But anyway, today we've got a lot to cover. We've got our games of the week with a little bit of a twist. We got some news from in and outside the NHL. We'll cover some other stuff as well. I got a pretty nice joke of the week from down in St. Louis.
Always love it when St. Louis makes an appearance, dude. In that category, they'll be making teaser. They'll be making another appearance in a different section of the news as well.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitch, support the show, and a little plug for something not show related is the Lavergne High School football team winter fundraiser that I've put together and working with. All donations made before the new year will be matched.
Don't come in here. Don't come in here and try to sell here. Did you pay for this ad spot, Bobby? This is
I did
sacred airtime. Okay. As long as the spot has been paid for, I'm just here to police our time, okay? We've got important things to talk about, like overthrowing other governments and such. So.
Yeah. But the link to the fundraiser will be in the show description. The money is going towards getting new shoulder pads and new helmets to protect our youth and to keep them from getting CTE and, just help make society better all around. So mainly so we don't have any more Antonio Browns walking around. That's the big deal. We got to prevent that from happening. And I don't remember his name. The other Steelers guy who tried to start a race war. I don't know if we might talk about that in the news.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't see it. So you'll have to find the information and bring it along. So, I'd love to speak on it, obviously.
Yeah.
You're talking about I know what you're talking about. The teams, the black versus white teams.
Yeah. Rashard Mendenhall. That was it. Yeah.
Which is white people are really trying to sell it. And nobody ever brings up none of the white people that are talking about, not a single one of them has really brought up the defensive side of the ball. We're cooked, boy. Even if
I saw a stat, this started the whole thing of ESPN stats, and I think the last white guy to start at defensive back played his last game in 2001.
He talked like this, see? No, you don't mean defensive back. You mean cornerback, because we still
corner.
We still got some strong safeties, dude. You know what I'm saying? But cornerback, we're cooked. The last white guy that played cornerback talked like this. He was talking like this. See, he was like the coolest guy in his town.
So we want to keep more Rashard Mendenhalls and Antonio Browns from walking around. So we need new helmets, and so you all can do your part in helping out with that. So let's. How are you this week, bud?
Oh man, I'm fantastic, brother. I literally was like, hey, can we delay the podcast since we're both off tomorrow? And I'm off, bro. I got 11 days, so I'll get back to work. I want to have a few brewskis. So glad. I appreciated that. I'm not sure if it was better or worse for you, but I don't really care, Bobby. It was
definitely better for me.
Awesome. So hey, worked out. Got Christmas coming up, man. It is wild to think that it is 3 days from Christmas, bro.
I know.
Like it's freaking wild. New Year's coming up. You know, I got the new got the finishing pass on the project in the beginning of the year, and hopefully get to more normalcy myself. I'm sure you'll be cranking back up into something unnormal, and you'll F it up. But then we'll get it. Then we're gonna hit summer, dude. And we're gonna be in a stride. So, how you doing, bro? What do you got going on, man?
Man, I've been off for about 2 days now. What was it? Tuesday was a 2-hour day, so literally showed up to work at the school for about 2 hours. Didn't have any students who had to retake exams, so just hung out. I plugged my Switch and played some Mario Golf and Mario Kart in my room on the nice big smart screen, and
Nice.
I spent the day before getting everything graded, so I didn't have anything to do.
I need to get
That
into
was
the
nice.
Switch game. I need to get into the Switch game, bro. I've been, I
You
always
should.
threaten. Always, it's like one of those things that Stephanie would definitely like it as well. But we know I would be getting it for Stephanie. So when Stephanie ultimately doesn't want to play a lot, I get to play it a lot. So,
Yeah.
maybe I'll
Well,
just
the new
surprise her.
Mario
Is it-
Kart is dope, and I've got Mario Kart, Mario Party.
I'm
I've
a
got this
Mario
game called
Party guy, dude. I freaking
Dude, I love Mario
love
Party.
Oh god, so many people are like, no, dude. The
So
politics, the politics involved in Mario Party, dude. You got to work
Yeah.
together. It is truly like a global, like, hey,
Yeah.
don't freaking land on the guy that flips the guys, dude. That doesn't help anybody here, dude.
Yeah.
That you're shooting
And,
nukes into the sea right now, brother.
Yeah, and we mix it up. We were playing some different ways where, in order to win, you have to
wanted
come
to
in
be
third place.
or
But
so
but if you land on a star, you have to buy
Had to
it.
buy
And
it,
if- yeah. So you couldn't throw it, but it took
Love
like
that.
some, and like the mini games are fun. And we also played it in that way where the mini games, you can't, if you don't know how to play a mini, like there's no practice for mini games.
No
You
practice.
go right in blind.
No practice, dude. You got to go play. Like, you get to read the instructions, you get to practice a little bit before it actually starts, but no practice round for sure. 100%. Yeah, and I like it because it's a mixture of luck and skill. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to kind of be smart and kind of know, I need to go this direction or this direction, but then also sometimes you just can't help it, so
Yeah. Let's move into a fit check, dude. What do you got?
just rocking the old school API and shirt, and then I got the cream colored Oilers hat, bro. And
Nice.
Stephanie this is actually, you know what? I'm gonna save that because I don't have a snaps my stick, so I'm gonna save
There
the
you go.
comment. But I got the cream colored Oilers cap, bro. Got it when me and Hannah went to the Titans game, so pretty sick.
Nice. I've just got all Preds gear on. Got my Preds hat. Got my Preds shirt. Just kind of it's a lazy Friday today.
Yeah,
So,
bro.
Yeah, just hanging out. When we get done with this, I'm gonna edit it. Then I'm gonna play some Starfield and some Baldur's Gate, and eat some ham, and then just hang out.
That's a weird
but
little
I-
addition there. I'm gonna eat some ham. What
Well,
the
we've got some
Well,
honey baked ham in the fridge.
Sure, but like, I'm just throw a plate of ham together and munch ham. It was just a weird addition. Not like, I'm gonna make some pizza rolls or I'm gonna make some ham sandwiches or like things with ham, like just a ham, like got a thing of deli meat.
I just like eating sliced ham, bro. On a plate. What can I say?
Hey, Sassa does too, buddy. You guys are perfect together.
But all right, let's move into inside the boards.
Everything you need to know about what's happening on the ice. It's time for news from inside the boards.
It is that time of year. No, we're not talking about Christmas right now, but we are talking about
It's Christmas for a certain location, Bobby. It's
the
a
NHL hot seat. A season. Coaches are starting to get fired. They're starting to get replaced, and we're going to talk a little bit about the who's in the most trouble. So obviously,
and definitely, there's already been a few. There's already been a few that have that are out. So I mean, we've
Berube's
had
out.
lost 3.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jay Woodcraft is out. Evison is out. But you found this article, so why don't you talk a little bit about which seats are getting the hottest for some coaches that are currently still in their position?
Well, this was this was written on December 14th, the article that I have here. And so who they were talking about is DJ Smith from the Senators. His seat was getting hot. Well, it got too hot before we were able to discuss it, Bobby. He's been fired, but I'm sorry. Yeah, the Sabres coach is on the seat as well. They're chanting for him to lose his job at the arena, I believe. Let me see if I saw that earlier.
Well, they just woke up on Toronto last night.
Well, they're gonna need it if he wants to turn it around, because that is one of the hot seat coaches. We had 3 rapid fire coaching changes right there, and there's some of them are strange. You know, I don't really know that I understand the Craig Berube. You know, I feel like this is a team that hasn't really loaded up a roster for this guy, and they just won the cup pretty recently. Like, I don't know, it just seemed like an odd, but that's part of the thing. And you know, we found it, Bobby. I sent you the picture. We found the actual coach house. We didn't actually have the actual address for safety purposes, right, Bobby? If we were meant to find it in the wild, we would have found it. But so we actually found it. We're not I'm not gonna speak to exactly where it was, Bobby, but what'd you say?
We don't want to dox them.
Exactly. Right. Because these are real live human being coaches that live in this coach house condominium. And so
we care about all of them except Urban Meyer.
Except for Urban Meyer. But it's funny. He got a second wing, dude. He actually bought a second condo, and he tore down the wall in between the two. So he's doubled up. So you got to watch old Herb, dude. Yeah, but just so many coaches coming in and out. Interesting. It was just kind of right here before Christmas. Like, how are these guys going to feed their kids is what I've got to ask. You know, like, they got to go home and they got to look their family in the face and be like, hey, I got canned today. And they're like, we know. We saw ESPN. We saw, well, you wouldn't have seen a coach. You wouldn't have seen about a hockey firing on ESPN. But you know, we saw.
It might be on the ticker at the bottom.
The internet. Yeah, it'll be a ticker. We saw the ticker. We saw the ticker, Craig. We know you got fired. He keeps going. I would love to see a coach not be like an older coach that's not super self-aware of like technology, get fired, but get up and continue to go to work. Like, he's
or just pull a George Costanza and just show up the next day like nothing ever happened.
Well, that was a joke. I thought you were joking. After a quit. That's after a quit, though, Bob. It doesn't work as well as if he were to just leave the house and like go to like a local Starbucks or what. Like, the family knows that he's. They're like, where is he going every day?
I absolutely love Seinfeld. I know a lot of people. I know it's fun nowadays to hate on Seinfeld, but honestly,
is it
that episode?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's like a bit. Yeah, apparently it's become a big thing now. Like, they just say it's like, you know, I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't understand people that say that stuff. So that's probably it, Bobby. Maybe
they say it's like contrived and like, you know,
people
it's like,
are. The person that said that doesn't even know what that word means. Okay, they don't even know the definition of that word. No, so I haven't heard the Seinfeld hate, but you know, I'm not really on all the social media and such, so that's probably it. You know, and you got the kids around you, dude. You know what the kids are saying now, bro. You're like,
oh, they don't even know what Seinfeld is. They're not the ones hating on Seinfeld. They don't even know what it is.
Yeah, well, the rest of those people, they don't have to like it. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David probably don't care that they don't, you know, like, they're probably good. You know, like, oh, okay. The show in the 90s, bro. Like, it's 30 years old.
Yeah. But speaking of Toronto, Sheldon Keefe is one of the names that is up that not currently hot, but it's simmering. And if it's one of those names where if they don't do something big this year, he might be out this summer.
Austin
What are your thoughts on that?
Matthews. Yeah, I totally agree. Austin Matthews keeping him out of hot water right now with 25 goals on the season so far.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominating. But yeah, I mean, I think that is. There's a big difference in Berube's job and Sheldon Keefe's job. Berube won one, and now he doesn't have the roster to compete. Whereas Sheldon Keefe is year after year has had that roster to compete, and then they didn't have it, and then they bring in the new pieces, and then they don't have it, and they're short. And we're not talking about short, man. We're talking about like not passing the first round short, bro. So I would say that it has to be on the hot seat, right? I mean, this isn't even a thing of like he's making it to the cup and he lost and like, hey, we'll get like, no, you're not making a run, bud. So some coaches are great in the regular season. Some are, not cut out for playoff hockey. We know it's a different sport. It's a different style of hockey. And they've proven that they aren't able to adapt and play that style of hockey. So, I mean, I think that if the ownership group is not thinking that it's in trouble, then it really should be.
100%. But all right, let's see. Let's talk a little bit about the current standings in the NHL before we move on. Not much has changed since we last spoke. Nashville's still on pretty much. They're on a nice heater. They did get beat last night, I believe. Ooh, actually, did they get beat last night? I know they got beat by Vancouver. I don't know how they did against. They beat the Flyers.
Yeah, I was going to say
they beat the Flyers 4-2. I mean, they
Forsberg
are still
looking really good.
One of the hottest teams. Yeah.
The Sharks not on the bottom.
Yeah.
I believe it is the Blackhawks. I think they're tied with the Blackhawks now. But the Senators not looking great at all. Bruins still strong at the top. Slowed down a little bit. The Rangers have cooled off a little bit as well, but still up top. Flyers. Your Flyers are looking great, Bob.
Yeah. The Canucks right now are in first place in the NHL.
Washington's pushed back up a little bit. Carolina sitting there at the 5 spot in their division. That's interesting with Washington sitting above them, but Nashville's still coming on strong, like you said, man. The Detroit slowed down a little bit. I think I'd like to see them heat back up as well. Let me see who's sitting in the. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a tight bottom there, and the Sabres, as they traditionally do after they start strong, and you're like, oh, maybe this squad is doing something. They are not. So, Tampa out of a spot, New Jersey out of a spot. Definitely some interesting teams. Still very early in the season, about 30 games played. So we always do tend to see the better teams start to rise. But Vancouver over Vegas right now, or on the top of the division, is very a fun thing to see, huh?
Yeah. All right, let's move to outside the NHL.
Now that you know what's happening inside the boards, time for the rest of the headlines with news from outside the boards.
The SEC has released their 2024 schedule. I'm already excited for the next year of college football, regular season. What sticks out here the most to you?
Well, as you know, the SEC is going away from 2 divisions. It's going to be just one division, like it is in basketball and some other conferences. Week 1, I see that Notre Dame going to Texas A&M, Kyle Field, bro. That'll be a fun game. And then LSU is playing USC in Vegas. And then Virginia Tech is going to be beating Vanderbilt. So it's always good to see that. Oh, but Georgia Clemson as well. So a really good, strong week 1. Auburn obviously scheduled a super strong opponent in Alabama A&M. We really want to start the season off with a bang, and like that kind of game, Bobby, that you don't know which way it's gonna go. But don't forget, Oklahoma and Texas also a part of the SEC now. So I'm trying to see. Week 2, Cal comes to Auburn. That's a fun out-of-conference matchup there. Houston, Oklahoma. Oh, MTSU going to Ole Miss, buddy. Maybe we do a little bit of traveling.
Yeah.
Let's see here. See if there's an easier way to do it than week by week.
Yeah. Is that way they see it? Like click on.
Here we go. Here's a team by team. Let's see here. Alabama plays at Oklahoma on November 23rd, so that's a pretty fun matchup for them. Arkansas plays Texas. Let's see who Auburn plays. We play Oklahoma at home on September 28th. That's pretty sick. Oklahoma plays at Tennessee, at Auburn. Play Texas and Dallas. So, the Red River Shootout, bro. We should go.
Oof.
October 12th. Freaking in. I want to write it down.
Let's figure it out.
Write it down. Let's see. I hate that some of the traditional matchups are going to have to die, though. It looks like Georgia and Auburn plays Georgia and Alabama still. Tennessee plays anybody fun? Nope, at Georgia. Yeah, so I'm just really pumped to have the no division things. I'm excited for the new teams. Texas and Oklahoma definitely will be a boost to the competition. So, I mean, any thoughts initially after looking? Obviously, Red River Rivalry, October 12th. I got this written down. I mean, we'll be familiar with the area, Bob, as we've been to the Cotton Bowl before. So,
yeah.
So pretty much we'll probably be old seasoned vets. They'll be like, Bob, Brand, we hadn't seen you guys since COVID. We're like, yeah, we're really super, we're super sorry about that. We did not know that we were spreading around a massive pandemic. That was our bad. I was our B. That was our B.
Yeah. Let me see here. I mean, I think, November. No, that's November. I wish we could figure out prices to go see Auburn and Alabama, go see an Iron Bowl game. Or maybe we wait.
Really pricey.
Maybe we wait 2 years, or maybe wait 2 years when they're at Auburn.
Yeah, super pricey. Would definitely love to do it, but I'm almost like these days I'm getting old. Like, bro, I would consider just going there and tailgating there is just as good. Like the TVs will be playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, like I'm getting to the point where like, dude, like going not to everything. I still want to go to sporting events, but just sometimes, bro, like just not go, like going and not going at the same time. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, Bob. It's a beautiful thing.
All right. Let's see what else we got on the docket. We've got our college football bowl game schedule and the matchups. Obviously, we've got our New Year's games. We've got Alabama, Michigan. That is the Rose Bowl. We've got the All-State Sugar Bowl, Texas versus Washington. Those are our January 1st games. We have our New Year's 6, Missouri, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Penn State, Georgia, Florida State, and Liberty and Oregon.
Auburn just missed that, dude. Auburn and Maryland just missed that spot, dude. I feel like we could have easily slid in those two teams into any of over any of these two teams. Or can I just say, Oregon is absolutely going to trash Liberty, right? They are absolutely going to they're going to strangle they're going to strangle those creepy Christian kids to death, dude. Just you're dead. I'm going to pray for you. Pray for this. You're dead. Oh, I guess you're not seeing me. I'm choking him out. I'm choking the guy.
Yeah.
Still talks about your team doing what they were saying about potentially sitting out in Florida State. Like we said, hey, I'm all for the sit out, but we got to let people know so they don't spend a bunch of money and show up there and then you're not there. So but if it happens, it's going to be a good game. Ole Miss, Penn State, a good game as well.
Yeah, and then but the most exciting game of all the bowls is the Trans Music City Bowl, Auburn versus Maryland.
I think it's the TransUnion. I think it's the TransUnion.
Perfect. Sorry,
Perfect. I knew it wasn't just the Trans Bowl. I was like, things are getting, super inclusive and stuff, Bob, but I don't know that the trans sponsorships are happening on bowl games yet. I don't know that the funding level is there yet because, it's a group of people, Bob, mostly because they like overall don't like have money coming in, just as a group of people. That's like, oh, this is the white bowl. Like white people just collectively sponsored this bowl.
Which I feel like that would be what BYU versus.
That would be
BYU versus Liberty if that matchup happened.
That would be two offensive lines facing off. Middle linebackers are out there, dude. There's no cornerbacks. There's no receivers, dude. It's just good old fashioned hard nosed football.
Just running the power eye all
just
game.
The power eye, dude. Not even just
a fullback.
The sheer amount of no athleticism on this team, like they wouldn't even be allowed to say the word veer. Okay, they wouldn't even be. Dan Smith, BYU.
But yeah, I'm excited for the bowl matchups. But all right, let's move into our games of the week.
Games of the week. Bobby and Brandon do the work, so you don't have to. The best from around the NHL and what to watch.
All right, so games of the week this week is a little bit different because of the holidays, and we took some time off, and so we are going to throw in 2 NFL games to the mix. So we're doing 4 total. 2
First
hockey,
time ever.
2 NFL. First time ever. So I don't have an update of what we're currently sitting at. So
you are 12-6, I believe, and I believe I'm 6-12. Correct. I think I'm just exact opposite of you. And so I wish I could sit here and say to you, Bobby, oh, I'm doing this so I can maybe get back in the game. I'm just as bad at picking NFL games as anybody else in the country is, dude. So this is not even helpful either.
But all right, why don't you go ahead and start us off? You've got the first game on the lineup.
Okay. A team that has really kind of stepped it up after the beginning of the year that they were started so slow. Rangers, the Oilers playing the Rangers, a team that has been pretty hot. Very tough choice. This is today at 6:30 p.m., Bob. I'm going with McDavid and the boys.
Okay. I can't argue with
Oilers.
that.
Oilers are so hot right now.
So hot
right now.
Starting about a half hour after that, I've got Boston heading up into Winnipeg. I think the Boston machine is just too hard to stop, and I think Boston's going to win this game.
Sorry. Yeah, man. I agree. They're looking good. The Jets are not looking bad. I mean, definitely not a team it's definitely a team that could go out and win. I think that you made the right call here, though. Moving into the next game, I got the Lightning playing the Capitals on Christmas Eve or Festivus, if you will. 6 p.m. Capitals have been coming on a little stronger, but I'm going to go with the Lightning here.
Yeah, I think that's the right pick. All right, so on Saturday, same time as yours, I've got Toronto at Columbus. Part of me really wants to say Columbus, but we're not betting. We're not putting money on these games.
Not money.
So I'm gonna go with the smart pick, and I'm taking Toronto.
There you go.
Hopefully
I
they
mean,
don't
it's not a
completely drop
first
the ball.
round playoff series, so you have a pretty safe bet that they might pull this one out, Bob.
And then I got the next game on Sunday. It's a noon kickoff, not a puck drop, but a kickoff. But we've got a Christmas Eve NFL game. I've got the Lions and Vikings. Ooh, and
Christmas Eve, Red Zone.
I'm tilted on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Detroit.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Vikings could absolutely go out there and win, but Detroit is a team of destiny. I don't know if you saw, Bobby, but the crime rate and murder rate has not been this low in Detroit since the 1960s. And during that that year that it was the lowest, the Lions were also good. So I'm not saying it's a direct correlation. It doesn't. It's definitely a city by city type of thing because it doesn't work in Baltimore at all. It's not. There is no correlation to the Ravens have been too good for too long, so that's not helpful. But Detroit, great call, man. I have the Jags playing the Buccaneers on Christmas Eve at 3:05 p.m. A nice Floridian matchup, Tampa Bay and Jacksonville. The sheer amount of DUIs and, kids that have been taken away that are going to be fans that are going to be at this game is unreal. I am going to have to say, I think the Bucs take it, man. I think the Bucs are winning. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. Trevor Lawrence might not play. Yeah. I think the Bucs are the right call.
All right. My next game, I've got Las Vegas and Kansas City. It's a home game. We're getting towards the end of the season. I'm taking Kansas City. I think Patrick Mahomes gets the dub on this, and same with Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
I've got Kansas City beating Vegas.
I like the pick. If there were, I think I'm probably taking Las Vegas spread if we were taking gambling sides of things. I think it's going to be a closer game than people expect. Patrick Mahomes, honestly, he's great. It's going to be very sad for football fans everywhere if he wins the Super Bowl this year. Not because I don't care that if he wins it or whatever, I don't have a problem with him. But the problem will be he'll win a Super Bowl while the team has provided him absolutely nothing. And so they'll continue to do so. He desperately needs some weapons there. Rashee Rice can be that guy, but I think they still need to go out and get somebody else to assist him. But I like the pick. I am going to go with probably the best game of the weekend, in my opinion, of the whole NFL weekend on Christmas Day. We get to watch that great Las Vegas Kansas City game. Then we get to watch the Eagles and the Giants, and then the Ravens 49ers 7:15 Christmas night. Nobody ain't doing nothing, dude. You're just hanging out, sitting there, being full, playing with whatever new objects or toys or whatever you got. Ravens 49ers game, a previous Super Bowl matchup. It's going to be great. I think it's easy money. To the 49ers, though.
Yeah.
They're looking too good right now.
Yeah, I think they're too good of a team. But all right, so that wraps up our games of the week. Let's move into joke of the week.
The weird. Corey Perry. See, I don't like this. Wild. I think the first read was a good one. Now I'm overthinking it. Outlandish.
Each sixth chick sat on a stick. Little tongue twister.
And downright dumb.
You're kidding me.
It's time for the joke of the week.
All right, this comes to us from St. Louis, and this has been all over social media. I'm sure people have seen it. A St. Louis police officer in a police SUV, it was a marked SUV, speeding down the road at high speed, runs a red light, and then crashes into a popular local bar called Bar PM. Immediately after that, the owner of the bar, then obviously a car just crashed into his establishment, trying to figure out what it was. The cop then arrested the bar owner for raising his voice, and he said that he assaulted the officer. Body cam footage proves that he did not, and he put his hands up, like exclaiming. He said and the police officer said he believed he was reaching for a gun. I don't know where from, if he's putting his hands up in the air. That's literally like what you do. Yeah. Also, if you don't want to get shot, is you put your hands up in the air.
I cannot believe he put his hands up in the air to strike the police officer with both arms, dude. That is dangerous, dude. It sounds like he should have just complied. And so, like, I'm not sure what, Bob, I don't like to be this guy, but I got to ask the question. What was his bar doing there?
Yeah, like we just got. I mean,
dude, his bar was obstructing the police doing their duties. I mean, I feel like, nobody. There's no heroes here, obviously, Bobby, but there's obviously one person that's in the wrong, and it's obviously not the police, dude. And I don't know what's up with that body cam footage and why this bar owner and what kind of tech guy he's got to be able to alter it. But the police said that he hit him. I just want to tend to believe that and not the video evidence of the incident. Yeah. So that's what I have to say. So if you're saying what a joke that this bar is like killing our tax, St. Louis's tax dollars, and now they have to get this police cruiser repaired, dude. They have to take it in. This is time that this police cruiser's off the street. I don't know, man. This is overall is a joke, Bob. This is a huge joke.
Yeah. But so Alfred, let's see, Alfred Morris. Is that his first name, or is Alfred? I thought Alfred Morris was
he was an old running back, dude. He got into the bar game. This guy.
No, sorry. The sentence is after Morris was arrested. I thought it said Alfred Morris was arrested. I was like,
Alfred Morris. Hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah, he got in the bar game. And I was like, then I was thinking about it, and I was like, Alfred Morris definitely lost one of these cops like a fantasy championship one year or something, dude. And he's like, this is all a setup. This setup to get Alfred Morris, bro.
After Morris was arrested for screaming obscenities at police, he was booked, and the judge ordered that he be held without bond. Jesus.
Ooh, what? Yeah. That's punitive, dude. Like that's like, I mean, it's always wrong to arrest somebody, but they could at least pretend like, oh, he did this. But like holding somebody without bond because he cussed at a police officer just seems like majorly unconstitutional.
So there is, the St. Louis Police Department has had many, many, many complaints of abuse of power. Going
against this bar,
constitutional rights
against this bar.
Specifically this bar, just this bar.
They would get people drunk, and then they say, "Oh, free beer till 11," but they don't tell you it's only if you get one beer at a time, dude. Like, that's abuse of power, right, Bob?
Yeah. So this is also one of this area's only gay bars as well. So that
the truth comes out, dude. The real truth comes out.
Yeah. So this is absolutely, like, I saw. So people, not only was there video that the owner took, there was some video that people were able to get because in St. Louis the traffic cams are all public. It's freedom of information.
Nice.
So they tracked down, the cop had been like speeding for blocks and blocks and was like just running red lights, no lights on and just he lost control right in front, and then he just rammed right into this bar.
He's like, dude, I'm gonna get
the-
some OT here, boy.
when some people and then some witnesses on site said that they smelled alcohol on the police officer. The police officer was then
We drove into a bar, to be fair.
yeah. He was not field sobriety tested or taken to the hospital to get blood tested for alcohol, and said he was told to go back to the station to get medical checked up instead of going to a hospital, which is this whole thing screams cover up. Which is, I mean, it's just so clear. Like they're not even hiding it,
right? Well, it's not even. I don't know that you would even call this a cover up, Bobby. We have a picture of the police cruiser in the the bar, like it's like inside of it. So like this dude is technically in this person's property without a warrant. Like, what are you doing here, sir? Please leave.
I'm just imagining, like, do you have a warrant? You can't be in here.
It's like, we're gonna need you to move your car. You can't park here, bud. Oh my gosh! Like, what an absolute joke, dude. I'm glad you found this one, because it's so these wild bar owners need to be exposed, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, let my man's do his job.
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit of pop culture. The House of the Dragon season 2 trailer, teaser trailer to be exact.
Very teasery. Yes.
We watched it right before, and hey, the trailer is nothing super special. It's a bunch of scenes from the upcoming season, some dope dragon scenes. Kind of what we expected, but it definitely gets my blood churning a little bit. I'm excited. I blood churning. Usually people say that when they're mad. I'm not mad. I'm excited.
But me too.
Yeah. I love House of the Dragon, love Game of Thrones, so I'm super excited. Summer 2024 is when it's coming.
You read Fire and Blood? You gotta read Fire and Blood if you haven't, bro.
Have I read Fire and Blood? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I've read the other one, which is like from the point of view of all the maesters, like, but it's more of a history of everything.
History of Westeros.
Yeah, I've read that. Haven't read Fire and Blood yet, but I need to.
Yes, read Fire. And you don't even, especially for House of the Dragon, you can just read that part, like the part from like the series forward.
Yeah.
So
I am super excited. They're still moving on with the Duncan Egg miniseries, I believe. So I'm super excited. I'm not sure who they're gonna get.
Have you read that?
I believe I have read that.
Yeah,
I believe
Night of the
Jason
Seven
Statham
Kingdoms
was on a short list of playing someone. So I don't know who Statham will play.
Yeah, I'm not like. I mean, there's so many characters, but like, what if he's playing? Hey, let me hit you with this. What if he's playing Aegon? What if he's playing not like Egg, dude?
Yeah.
They get Jason Statham to play Egg, and they get like Danny DeVito to play Dunk. So,
I think personally they should get Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and just have like a reunion of twins.
But they flip it.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger says, "I'm back."
All right, let's move into what's snapping your stick.
Bobby and Brandon are about to find out exactly what snaps their sticks.
All right, so I want to be very clear. I do not have anything. Neither of these people in question are snap my stick. It's the people that talk about these two. And that is the people who care way too much, whether they hate them or they love them, about the whole Travis and Taylor relationship. If you're super all about it, don't like you. If you're super against it for whatever reason, don't like you either. It's really a nothing burger. Yes. Like, it's just not exciting.
This is Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears dating, bro. Like, what? You can't, like, who cares? Like, good for them. Like, good for y'all, man. But like, what? I'm with you, dude. Just like, why? I'm not interested one way or the other.
Yeah.
Come to the game. Don't come to the game. Talk about her being at the game or don't. Like, long as I get to see every play of football or whatever. I mean, I watch Red Zone anyway, bro. Like, I'm not listening to this garbage. I don't need to hear it, you know? So I'm with you, bro. I feel you on that. You have, is there like some people like specifically that you made this for, or is this just like a general thought process, or like in your mind?
Yes and no. So I
you don't
was
have
on
to
Reddit.
Call names. You don't have to call out names.
It is not names. So I was this is gonna sound not safe for work, but if you're a Reddit person, you know what it is. It's called the Circle Jerk Reddit. It's not safe for work. They were screenshots of a new subreddit that's called Travis and Taylor. And my God, that subreddit is just a cringe fest.
Yeah.
It's
I can
bad.
imagine.
It's rough.
I can imagine that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Perfect. That's a perfect example. So I almost got into mine earlier, and I figured out that this was the perfect opportunity for me to use it as a snap to my stick. So I was touting up the cream colored Oilers hat. And I know that we're on camera now, Bob, and you may not be able to tell super specifically the color, but when I tell you I got a cream colored hat, in your mind, you see the color hat, right? You know what I mean by a cream colored hat, right? Okay, perfect. So I got this, and like, bro, I've got nothing but compliments on it. And bro, that's sick. Love the Oilers logo. Super cool. Well, Stephanie said that the hat looks dirty. Like, it looks like a dirty white. And I'm like, it's a different color. And so, like, it's not that she said that specifically, which semi-snapped my stick. It was the fact that she was adamant that it just looked dirty white, and it wasn't. I mean, not that it wasn't cream, but it didn't look like a different color. It just looked like a dirty white. And this is the person, Bobby, that brought me into a room and had 3 things of paint right beside each other that I swear to you were the same.
We're all the same.
Paint. And the problem with this is that it wasn't. I thought that I was getting asked about my opinion, Bobby. And that's what we all initially think. That was not correct. I was unaware that this was some sort of quiz in which there was a right and wrong answer. And
100%.
There is no way that they were different, and yet they were. And so you can accept that seafoam green and seafram green or whatever is not the same color, but this cream colored hat that is very not a white colored hat. I was snapping my stick, bro. I was like, dude, Dad, don't do this. Don't do this on Christmas of all holidays, on the baby Jesus's upcoming birthday nuptials. Okay, so.
But all right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope everyone has an amazing holiday season. We'll
see you soon.
Everyone at Bingo. Don't forget to check out the link in the description of the show to help out the Lavergne football players get some new safety equipment. Until next time, for Brandon, I'm Bobby. This has been the Pucks Out Podcast. We'll see you all again next week.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Pucks Out Podcast. To see what other ridiculousness the guys are up to, check them out on Twitter and Instagram @PucksOutPod.